Ahoy, mateys! Today we embark on a journey through the treacherous waters of the Caribbean and the infamous life of one of history's most notorious pirates, Blackbeard. Born as Edward Teach, Blackbeard became a name that struck fear into the hearts of sailors and merchants alike. But who was this man behind the legend? How did he become the most feared pirate of his time? Let's set sail and uncover the true story of Blackbeard. Edward Teach, or Thatch as some records suggest, was born around 1680 in Bristol, England. Growing up in a bustling port town, young Edward was exposed to the sea from an early age. Fascinated by tales of adventure and treasure, he joined a privateering ship during the War of the Spanish Succession. Privateers were legalized pirates, authorized by governments to attack enemy ships. This period would lay the foundation for Teach's transformation into the fearsome Blackbeard. After the war, many privateers found themselves without work and turned to piracy. Teach, already a seasoned sailor, soon found his calling. In the early 1710s, he joined the crew of Captain Benjamin Hornigold, a well-known pirate who saw potential in Teach and quickly promoted him to command his own ship. Under Hornigold's mentorship, Teach honed his skills and adopted the infamous moniker Blackbeard. With his dark, thick beard, which he famously braided and tied with ribbons, and his tall, imposing figure, Blackbeard was a menacing sight to behold. In 1717, Blackbeard captured a massive French slave ship, which he renamed the Queen Anne's Revenge. This 300-ton frigate, armed with 40 guns, became the flagship of his growing pirate fleet. With this powerful vessel, Blackbeard set out to terrorize the waters of the Caribbean and the American colonies. His tactics were ruthless but calculated. He often relied on his terrifying appearance and reputation to force his enemies into surrender without a fight. Blackbeard even went as far as placing slow-burning fuses under his hat to create a cloud of smoke around his head, giving him a demonic appearance during battle. Cut to the blockade of Charleston. One of Blackbeard's most infamous exploits was the blockade of Charleston, South Carolina, in May 1718. With his fleet, he seized 9 vessels over a week, taking their crews and passengers hostage. But Blackbeard wasn't after gold or jewels. His demand? A chest of medicine. It's believed he needed supplies to treat his crew, demonstrating that even a feared pirate had a pragmatic side. After his demands were met, Blackbeard released his captives and sailed away, leaving Charleston in chaos and terror. But Blackbeard's reputation grows. By now, Blackbeard's reputation was unrivaled. Stories of his cruelty and cunning spread like wildfire. He was known to be both ruthless and unpredictable. Yet unlike many pirates of his time, there are few records of him killing his captives. His goal was often psychological warfare, using fear to achieve his ends. But as Blackbeard's infamy grew, so did the attention of colonial authorities who were determined to bring him down. In June 1718, the Queen Anne's Revenge ran aground near Beaufort, North Carolina, and was abandoned. Some say Blackbeard deliberately grounded the ship to downsize his crew and increase his share of the plunder. With his fleet diminished, Blackbeard sought a royal pardon, retiring briefly near Bath, North Carolina. But the allure of the pirate life was too strong, and he soon returned to his old ways. This led to his final confrontation with Lieutenant Robert Maynard of the Royal Navy. On November 22, 1718, Maynard's forces caught up with Blackbeard at Ocracoke Inlet. In a fierce battle, Maynard employed a clever tactic by hiding most of his men below deck, luring Blackbeard and his crew onto his ship. The trap was sprung, and a brutal hand-to-hand fight ensued. According to accounts, Blackbeard fought ferociously, taking several bullets and cuts before finally succumbing to his wounds. His head was severed and hung from Maynard's bow as proof of his death, a grim reminder of the price of piracy. Even in death, Blackbeard's legend continued to grow. His life and exploits have been romanticized in countless books, films, and tales of piracy. The remains of the Queen Anne's Revenge were discovered in 1996, just off the coast of North Carolina, providing a tangible link to this notorious figure of the golden age of piracy. Blackbeard's story reminds us of a time when lawlessness ruled the seas, and fear was a pirate's greatest weapon. And so ends the tale of Blackbeard, the pirate who became a legend. But the question remains, was he truly the monster the legends say, or was he a man shaped by the tumultuous world he lived in? Perhaps we'll never know. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling tales from the high seas.